let's chat about the truth about dieting. And when I say dieting, what do I mean? I'm talking about traditional dieting, giving up everything on diet day one, the first of the month, Monday, and saying, I am no longer the person I was the day before. I am now super strict. I'm putting impossible goals on myself. I'm depriving myself like crazy. I'm probably eating food that I don't like, doing exercises I don't want to do, and making my life miserable. That would be my definition of traditional dieting. And even though we're planning on doing these impossible things, we still have that level of excitement. Why? Because we want those results so bad. We just want to lose the weight on the scale. We want to get into the dress. We want to fit into the outfit. We want to maybe do something crazy for our health and just take that first step, and we're so ready to go. However, by putting the impossible tasks on ourselves through traditional dieting, we give up very quickly. Some of us quicker than others. For me, it was about 2 or 3 days that I could do these crash diets before I would be like, nope, that's enough. And then I would swing back the other way and be completely off the rails. For other people, they can stick to it for a week, for a month, for even a couple of months and get some results. But eventually, the burnout is real. Which begs the question, why do we give up? When we were so excited, so motivated, so into it, and so ready to just do whatever it took to get to our goals, why did we then give up? Our mindset. That's it. Because again, the actions that we're taking, they're not the wrong actions. We do need to get better sleep. We do need to drink more water. We do need to get more exercise. We do need to get more movement. And we've got to clean up what we're eating. And we've got to follow a plan as far as what we're eating. We can't just do whatever we want whenever we want anymore. Same thing goes for all our habits. Our coffee drinking, maybe from places that you pay for it, so you don't know what's in it. And then our alcohol consumption, our soda drinking, everything, our habits, our routines, all gets compiled together. We know what we have to do, and those things are going to get you to your goal. Cleaning up all of those things and upping your steps and drinking more water and doing all that, that's what we know we need to do to reach our goal. But why can't we stick to those things? Why did we give up on our latest attempt? Why did we give up, if you're me, after 2 days? Why? A couple of reasons. Number one, too much too fast. Number two, all or nothing mentality. If you weren't perfect doing everything you wanted to do on diet day one, and you failed at 2 things, but you got 5 good, you're gonna give up because it's all or nothing. It's like, if I can't do everything perfectly, then I'm out. What else? Number 3, limiting beliefs. The blocks that are in your mindset currently that are keeping you stuck and holding you hostage at your current health situation. Your current health situation with maybe medications, your current health situation with your weight on the scale, with the size that you are, with your inches, all of it. It all comes back to mindset. Because again, we know what to do, why can't we stick to it? Your mindset is blocking you, and you're doing way too much at one time. So what does it all boil down to? It doesn't work. Traditional dieting doesn't work. For years and years and years, I was hell-bent on making it work. And if you've been following me here, you know that it took a lot of mindset work for me to get to where I'm at today. But I'm telling you, the mindset work is what changed everything for me. Back in the day, I would do crash diet after crash diet after crash diet. I would buy the 2 a.m. infomercial workout DVDs and kill myself trying to do them as someone who never worked out ever and who got 2,000 steps working a desk job. So doing these things was just way too much for me. But again, it was that anxious, overwhelm, I need to do something about my health. And then I would do these drastic changes thinking that that was the way to do it. No, I failed miserably every single time. I would crash diet after crash diet, trying to change my food, be super restricted, and then eventually give up, normally after a couple of days. And when that happened, I would rebound and I would really go off the rails. I would really go into binge eating. I would really eat the really bad foods for me, and I would say, well, forget this, I can't do this. So then I would feel sorry for myself and go off the rails that way. This was an endless cycle for me for years. And it wasn't that I couldn't put the effort in, because I could. It was short-lived, but I could put the effort in. It was more about my direction. So once I would start, I would be ready to go. And I would say, okay, I can do this. I can eat this military diet, or I can do this exercise program, but it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't something I could stick to long term. Therefore, I shouldn't have started it in the first place. Because if you can't stick to it long term, what's the point? And there were a lot of other blocks that came up for me mentally, especially after I had my children. There was the doctors, even the nurses, who were telling me, it's gonna be really hard for you to get this weight off. I did have 65 pounds to lose, but I walked out of those doctor's appointments looking at them like they were crazy. Like, of course I'm losing my weight because I had healed my mindset blocks. But rewind back to when I was doing the crash diets, I had so many limiting beliefs, so many. You know, I'm just big boned now. Like, this is it. Like, I'm just meant to be overweight. How am I gonna lose weight? How am I gonna lose 50 pounds? It felt like so much. It felt so heavy. It felt like such a burden that I was carrying around. And I just felt unhealthy overall. My days turned into a ball of being unhealthy, but also my mindset was unhealthy. I would wake up in the morning, I would do my makeup, getting ready for my desk job. I would get ready and I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, wow, you did your makeup and you still don't even look great. And these are the thoughts that I would have in my head. I'm being completely honest with you guys. I would literally look in the mirror and go, what is even the point? I look terrible. And my clothes aren't fitting. I would put on outfit after outfit after outfit. It was so exhausting. I didn't feel comfortable in anything. Didn't feel like anything looked good on me. Felt embarrassed to walk out in something that I didn't feel really confident in. Wanted to just hide myself because I just didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like me. I felt like I had lost some of my personality. And it was a vicious cycle because then as soon as I would get to work, I would be hungry. That's what happens to us humans. We get hungry. So then I would be like, okay, well, what am I gonna get for lunch? Because your girl didn't pre-plan lunch or anything like that. So it would be, oh, the office is getting lunch from here. Okay, what should I order? Do I order the good thing that I'm gonna not like and maybe waste money and not even eat? Or do I order what I really want, which is completely unhealthy, not a good choice. I will feel guilty after I eat it. Most of the time I chose that option. And then of course, as soon as lunch was over, I felt blah. I felt so bloated. I felt disgusting. I just felt like I overate and then I still had 4 more hours in the workday that I had to do. And I was so super unproductive mentally and physically. And that morphed into the nighttime. Well, I already messed up for lunch. Might as well have whatever I want for dinner. Oh, you wanna get pizza? Let's do it. Eat 4 slices. Go to bed feeling like absolute garbage. Wake up again. Do it all over again. This was a vicious cycle for me. And I would vacillate between that and then being on a diet, traditional dieting, and then completely depriving myself of all of the things that I wanted that were unhealthy, but that I still wanted. And then I was forcing myself into a box eating this food that I didn't even enjoy, and that it was impossible for me to stick to it. So really look into what's holding you back. And what do you say when anybody asks you why you're not losing weight? If I was to ask you right now, like, well, why aren't you actively trying to lose weight right now? What comes to your mind? Is it that you don't have time? Is it that dieting is too expensive? Is it that you don't know what to do? Like, you don't know what to eat? You don't know where to even begin? There's so much conflicting information out there. You don't know where to look or where to start. You know, what is holding you back and what are some of the limiting beliefs that are holding you hostage? And don't go anywhere because I'm going to give you a journal prompt that is going to accelerate your weight loss journey like crazy. But first I wanted to talk about today's video sponsor, Element. These are single serve electrolyte drink mix packets. I'm obsessed. I drink one of these every single day without fail. They have revolutionized not only my afternoons, but what I recently realized is with upping my workouts, they have revolutionized how I feel after I work out. So regardless of if you're a busy mom, just working out in your basement, getting your steps, or if you're an NBA athlete, we all need to replenish our electrolytes. The other day I had a reminder of this when I came up from doing my workout, and I said to my husband, I'm like, I feel so dizzy. I just didn't feel like me. My stomach was feeling weird. I just felt dizzy. And he was like, all right, well, sit down, have some water, you know, just chill, relax. And I had done a 40-minute walk right before my workout. He's like, you just need to sit down. And I did. And then he's like, he looked at me and he goes, wait a minute, have you had your electrolytes today? And I was like, no. He's like, drink them. I bet you'll feel 10 times better. And I did. I mixed up a raspberry in some water, felt immediately better as soon as I finished it. And I was like, wow, this is a game changer. Look into replenishing your electrolytes. Element makes it super easy because their science-backed electrolyte ratio with sodium, magnesium, and potassium It's all done for you. And each packet contains no sugar, no fillers, no junk. They're vegan friendly, paleo friendly, and they are low carb. Each packet is only between 0 and 2 carbs, so it's perfect for my lifestyle. And I have some really exciting news to share with you guys. Element has just launched their Element Sparkling Cans. So it's the same 0 sugar electrolyte formula that we all know, but now you can get it in 16-ounce cans of sparkling water. You can actually get a free Element sample pack with any drink mix purchase. All you need to do is go to drinkelement.com/heart. So it's drinkelement.com/heart, H-A-R-T, and you will get the free Element sample pack with your next order of drink mixes. Thank you to Element for sponsoring this video. So I know I had a ton of blocks, probably more than the normal person, around weight loss, dieting, the scale, my mental attitude for going towards a goal that I felt was impossible, how I turned my mindset around to believing in myself again. I had to work through a lot of these, and so many that I worked through that I invented my coaching program to help others do that too. So if anyone is looking for support in this area, definitely down in the description box, reach out to me. You can also send me a DM on Instagram. You can email me for more information. But the mindset is the one thing that bridged the gap from where I started, being super unhealthy and just not knowing what direction to go in, to where I'm at now, flourishing, loving my life so much, and maintaining my 65-pound weight loss for over 3 years now. It's easy to maintain. It's no effort by me at all. And this is from going from over 200 pounds. I was over 200 pounds and I am in the 130s right now. And it's easy. So that's why I'm making this video. I want you to understand my journey, because a lot of times we see people online and we see people on YouTube and on Instagram and all the socials, and we see their before and afters. We see where they're at now on day 7,000, but we're still on day 3. And it's hard because we're like, oh, I just want that so badly. Trust me, there is a way, and it's not traditional dieting. There is a way, and it's so much easier. It's the mindset work, doing that first. And I like to explain it as when you do the mindset work first, it's like paving the road before you drive on it. It's paving that road so that you just get in the car and you just breeze on down this really smooth, easy drive. And that's what the mindset work does for you first. So I would encourage you to look at what you believe about dieting. What do you believe about the scale? What do you believe about weight loss? Do you believe it has to be hard and a struggle, or do you believe it can be easy? Or do you want to believe it can be easy? That's where I would begin. The minute that we have resistance and we have doubt against one of our goals or something that we want, we put up the roadblocks. We're doing it. It's all our doing, which is the best news, because if we're putting up the roadblocks, we can also take them down. And when you clear your mindset blocks, that's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. So by having no resistance and having no doubts for the goals that you want, you create a alignment with you and what you want. And when you have alignment, you get the thing you want very, very, very quickly, because there's no resistance and there's no doubt. You just believe it will come, therefore it does. I believe I always get great parking spots, therefore I always get great parking spots. There's no doubt there. And then I get what I want, and then I go, yeah, see, I told you so. However, that works the other way around too. If we think things like, oh, weight loss is really slow for me, and then your weight loss is really slow for you, and then you say, see, I told you so, you're gonna get more slow weight loss. See what I'm putting out here? Let me know down in the comments if this is all making sense. So how is my approach to weight loss, and even like my mindset and weight loss coaching, how is my approach different? So first off, traditional dieting has to go. It doesn't work. We've already covered that. We've already established that doing too much at one time is not going to work, because you're asking too much of yourself. Having that all or nothing mentality where if you're not perfect, it's not worth it, which is ridiculous, because of course we're never going to be perfect. So surrender to that fact right away. But also, what about me and my way of doing it is different? Well, there's a couple things. First off, we're working on your mindset, which is a huge part of my programs, but you have to do what feels good to you. You guys, if you've been following my journey, maybe you haven't, definitely check it out. I've got playlists upon playlists on this channel, but in my journey, I never felt good about incorporating workouts into my weight loss journey, ever, ever, ever. I hated the gym, I despised it. There's been newspaper articles written about me and the fact that I only walked for weight loss. And That's all I did because that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to do HIIT sessions, those 2 a.m. infomercial DVDs that I have hiding under a film of dust. I'm not doing those because I know that I will not stick to it. It's just not my vibe. So instead, I just did walking. I could really get behind a daily step goal. So guess what? That felt good to me. Intuitively, it felt like the next best move, the best choice for me. So that's what I did. And that was what I could be consistent with, and that is what I could stick to. So guess what? It has to be good enough. And it was. I lost all 65 of my pounds after my second baby, only walking. Only walking. And up until recently, I just started working out recently back in October actually. And then into November, I started working with CoPilot, and I do their workouts 5 days a week now, and I absolutely love it. Again, it's about evolution. Do everything when you want to do it. Don't follow anybody else's imaginary timeline. Make something that works for you. And in my mentorships, that's what we do. We make something that's really customized just for you, that you really like, that you want to do. Because when you want to do something, you're going to do it. When you love doing something and you love how it makes you feel and you love the results you get, you're going to be consistent and keep doing it. When you don't, you won't. Do what feels good to you, always. And then eat your favorite foods. Eat your cravings. You are craving something, you better eat that craving. Because what happens when we tell ourselves, no, you can't have that? The same thing that happens to my 4-year-old daughter. That's all she wants. You can't have this. That's the only thing I want right now. Our brains are the same way. You tell yourself you can't have something, the only thing you can fixate on is that thing. And until you have it, you're gonna feel that way. So what do I like to do instead? I make it work. If I'm low carb. If I want chicken parm, I make chicken parm. I find a low carb noodle, I find a low carb sauce, and I make the chicken so delicious with melty, gooey cheese on top under the broiler that I can no longer crave it because I've eaten it and it tastes amazing and I've satisfied the craving. Same goes for sandwiches. I'm a sandwich fiend. I'm a wrap girl. I love burgers. I have products that support me in those cravings. I've got low carb buns, low carb bread, low carb wraps. I've got it all. Low carb chips, all of it. I also love veggies. Like I make delicious roasted and grilled veggies, air fryer veggies. Satisfy your cravings. What do you want to eat? Make it work for you. If we deny ourselves, we literally create traditional dieting headaches all over again. Because what did I used to do? I would deprive myself of these foods. I would think I can't have them ever again. My mindset would freak out. And then all of a sudden I would be binging on these things and be like, what? What just happened? And I would overeat and it would be insane. And I'd be off the rails, off track, and my mindset would pay the price every single time. I'd feel guilty. I'd feel remorse. I would feel like, why did I do this? I messed everything up. The all or nothing mentality would come in. It's just a mess. Learn from my mistakes. This is the truth about dieting. So it's really important to follow your intuition and to not give power to the all or nothing mentality that's going to creep in, that wants to creep in, that's probably creeping in as you're watching this video. Do not give energy to it. You've got to work the baby steps. And I teach this fully in my online course. And there really is a process to this. You have to get your mindset in alignment with your goals. Everything all at once doesn't work. So we've got to try something else. You've got to do something else. Don't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. And that goes for dieting in general. If you're going to start keto again because you're like, oh, I did keto and I lost 50 pounds, but if you couldn't maintain it, something has to change. Do not start keto again until you change something. And that could be working on your mindset along with the diet plan. Something has to change for something to change. Otherwise, we're just going crazy. We're making ourselves nuts. We're going insane. And along with that, you've got to clear your mindset blocks. Not enough time, not enough money. I'm just meant to struggle and dieting is hard. Those all have to go in order for you to get different results this diet and weight loss journey. It has to. It's necessary. If it doesn't and you hold the same beliefs, you're gonna get the same thing that you got last time. And we don't want those results because if those results were good, you wouldn't be sitting here wanting to lose weight again. So we really have to change something. And the mindset part is literally the most fun and easiest thing to work on. But you gotta start somewhere. Once you do the baby steps, once you clear your blocks, once you eat food that you love, it doesn't really feel like dieting anymore, does it? It feels like creating a lifestyle, which is exactly what I promote. It has to be a lifestyle change so that you stick to it long-term so that you get your results, but it also has to be something you can stick to long-term so that you create a lifestyle around it so that when you go on to maintain your weight loss, there's no wondering what you're gonna be doing. It's not like, oh, once I reach my weight loss goals, then what? It's like, no, you're just gonna keep on keeping on. You're just gonna keep on doing what you've been doing because you've created your lifestyle. You wanna love your life, you wanna love your plan so you stick to it, you wanna get the results because you've been consistent, and then you want to literally go off into the sunset, maintaining your weight loss, living as the new, healthiest version of you. So now let's talk about the journaling prompt that you can do so that you can get yourself in the right mindset. Like, this is a great first step and a great place to start. Look at your health as the big picture. Zoom out a little bit. Look at your health as a whole. What are your health goals? Write them all down. Get out a notebook, get out your favorite pen, write down all of your health goals. Do you want to be a certain size? Do you want to run a marathon? Do you want to get off a certain medication? Do you want to be X amount of pounds? What do you want? And it really doesn't matter what your whys are because they're yours. So it's really important to just lean into, why do you want it? Who cares why? It doesn't matter. No one's judging you. No one even has to read this. Write down all of the specific goals that you want and what you feel, if you accomplished these, would make you become the healthiest version of you. And then next to each goal that you wrote down, I want you to write down why. Why do you want this goal? You want to weigh 130 pounds? Why? What are your whys? No one's asking why. Why is the most important part. You want the goal because why? The whys are what is going to fuel you or fuel me on day 2 when I want to give up. When you want to give up on week 1, your whys are going to remind you why you started this in the first place. The whys are more important than the goal, in my opinion. So take this piece of paper, start there. Write down your goals, write down why. If you would like to have a more structured approach to this, I have my free goal setting journal prompt linked down below in the description box. Definitely grab that, definitely check it out, and start the mindset journey first. Pave that road first. And if any of this resonates with you and you're really feeling the pull, like, this is what I need, this is something that could really work for me, yes, my mindset is to blame, definitely reach out to me. I've got one-to-one coaching options. I have master classes that I run, and I also have my group Mastermind, all for mindset and weight loss. It is what is going to catapult you towards the healthiest version of you, because we're going to tackle healing all of your mindset blocks. We're going to get really clear on where you're self-sabotaging yourself and exactly how to fix it. And I'm going to give you an actionable plan for those baby steps so you know exactly what you're working on, and you'll know that everything that you're doing is moving you in the right direction. And you'll get the results because of it. I've had clients lose 5 pounds in the first week after being in plateaus. I have one client who's been maintaining her 120-pound weight loss. You guys, this is the time. If your health isn't your first priority, it should be, because if you have your health, you've got it all. If you don't, you don't. So definitely check down in the description box for all of my coaching opportunities. I hope this one resonated with you. Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you really soon with my next video. Bye, guys.